Hey y'all, welcome back to Leonard Creek Farm. Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? So I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, you're not seeing things, there is a shadow on my camera here. Unfortunately it got broke and the lens is cracked slightly, and so it is causing this mirroring. And so, as of right now, we are saving up to get a new one, and so we're just going to have to kind of deal with what we've got for now. And so today, I figured we could do a feed with me. It's been a while since I've done it. We just recently got here at the farm. We've had a big family day of yard selling and driving around. It's a nice fall day, and the last couple of days we've been up in the 80s, and so it's been a little bit warm, but I think we're supposed to drop down a little bit cooler after this evening. And so it's just been a good day, and so we're going to keep the good times rolling, as they say, and we're going to go ahead and get everybody fed. And so y'all can walk along with us and see how we feed everybody and just go through the everyday motions and chores of the day, and maybe we can talk a little bit about the animals. Alright guys, so up first, when I first got here, I went ahead and started petting on my rabbits. He's hard to get a hold of, so I don't fool with him very much. But my girls here, I try to pet on them, if not every day, a few times a week. We're getting her gentled down really well, which she's been handled since she was a baby. She was born here on the farm, and so she's not real wild. And then we've got Miss Pipsqueak here, and she's very gentle. She's easy to, well, Lakin's grabbing her now. She's easy to pet and to love on. But first, we've got to feed Mr. Man here. As you can tell, he is ready to eat. He's ready to eat. And so we'll go ahead and get his feed. He gets 1.5 pounds of sweet feed along with access to hay. He is separated from his mama for now. We are drying her up. And so he's separated from mom until she can get all the way dried up, or until he sells. And so he's going to be in here in the barn for a little bit by himself. But we're going to go ahead and get his feed. He's eating up. Up next, we feed the rest of the goats. They get 6 pounds for 5 goats out there, and I'm going to add some loose minerals in today. I've talked in other videos about loose minerals. I don't leave loose minerals out free choice because they always seem to ruin before the goats ever eat them. But I found if I just put it in their feed, they are more likely to eat the minerals like that than they are when I lay them out free choice. Alright, after we feed the goats, it is time for the rabbit outside and the chickens. And so our Mrs. Clover is outside in the chicken area, and she gets, this is about a 1/4. She gets a 1/4 of a pound and a little bit of hay. And then the chickens get 3 pounds. There's the chicken feed. I try to get the goats fed and then hurry and get the rabbits and the chickens fed. Because once the goats are done eating, they decide that they need to take everybody else's feed, especially the rabbit. Alfalfa pellets and hay are pretty attractive snack for the goats, and so they usually try to interrupt or interfere in the feeding of the rabbit. And of course, they would probably take chicken feed if they could get a hold of it, and obviously we don't want them to do that. And so they try to get it done pretty quickly. Let's get it done. Alright, we fed the chickens. Now we're going to move on to Miss Clover.
What you doing, Miss Clove? Alright. She's been fed, so we just got to get her hay.
Not her hay. Gotta get her a fresh water bowl.
Alright, she's got her fresh water. She's got her grain. She's got her hay. If you missed our rabbit breeding video, this little girl right here should be pregnant and should be having babies in November. And the chickens are eating away. I need to get in here now that they're shedding and stuff and get some of those feathers out back there. Andy's been working on cleaning his pens, so I definitely need to get mine. But for now, it's okay. If you watch the video of me getting the 4 baby chicks, there they are. They're growing and getting big.
We're getting low on eggs these days, where we've had such drops in temperature. It's causing our egg count to be a little low, but I'm getting a few a week, and so usually within about a week's time I'm getting 10 to 12 eggs, and so they're still feeding us, just not as much. Alright, we've got all the goats their grain, and so next we're going to do hay. Little man in here needs some hay. He's got some in there, but he eats out of a certain spot, and that spot, or out of a favorite spot, and so that spot is low on hay, so we'll fill it up, and then we're going to take 6 flakes to the 5 goats up here. They get 2 down here, 2 up there, and 2 up top. So, take it out there. First, we'll get little man. We can just go right here. This hay feeder is conveniently placed right here, and so it's a lot easier to just toss it over. Alright, Lakey's going to be our cameraman. She's going to follow us up here as we put our hay in. First, we're going to do this spot down here. And usually I just take it first and fill it up. I get 2 flakes down here. So let's go.
Let's go get some hay.
Up! Up! Alright, let's get the hay for the up top.
There's Rover.
How many flakes do they get up top?
They get 4 flakes up top. I've got 3 solid flakes here, and they're kind of thick, so we're going to do 3 instead of 4 because that one's been busted. We'll feed it to the chickens, or to the rabbits. Okay. We're going to do 2 in here.
There's Nyla. She's enjoying it.
Alright, I'm going to bring one over to the feeder here.
I wish y'all could smell through this camera. It smells so good.
So we've got a chicken. Her name is Raven. She's all black. We call her our wild girl. She's out free ranging in the woods here. I don't know if y'all will be able to see her. She's all black. Can y'all see her moving? She's going deeper in there. She's getting a pretty good diet though, I would think. Scavenging through the woods and scratching.
Leave a comment down below if you free range your chickens. I know some people it's not possible, and others it is. At first we didn't free range our chickens. We didn't have a livestock guardian dog, and the dogs in this area were known chicken killers, and so we couldn't allow our chickens out to free range. And then we put this fence up, and we allowed the chickens to free range, and now they wander all over the entire property. And so we've got chickens in the woods and chickens in the garden, which I could greatly express to you that chickens in the garden is not that fun. And so maybe next year we might have to figure out a little better way to keep the chickens out of the garden. I lost quite a few tomatoes, I guess, to the chickens in the garden, I should say. And so, anywho, they get plenty of nutrition, and my chickens' yolk and their eggs are just a beautiful dark yellow. They're real rich, and they taste amazing, and that's why. Alright guys, after we get everybody outside the barn, and we've got our little buck here, the last ones to go, besides our 2 that go outside on the grass, which is 2 males, go outside on the grass, it's these sweet babies' turn. So in here we have Honey. This is Miss Honey. She's going to be a breeder for us. We also have Pipsqueak. She was bred along with our other doe I showed you earlier. If you didn't watch our rabbit breeding, our fall rabbit breeding video, I highly suggest it. And if I can remember, I'm not going to say I'm going to, but if I can remember, I'll try to link our rabbit breeding video in the description. That way you all can watch it if you would like. This is our big boy. This is our main man around here. He is the father of our 2 does that are in here. He is actually the father of all the rabbits on the farm besides our main big doe out here that I showed you all, Miss Clover. And then, of course, he had a different daddy. Those are the only 2 that were not born on the farm. And so he is the father of everybody else. And he produces big, beautiful babies. Ain't she pretty? And if you can't tell, I have a type of what I keep back. This is Honey, and she is white and gray. This is Pipsqueak, and she is white and gray. I just like that color combination. And then the buck that I kept that was out of the same litter of Miss Honey is gray as well. We had 6 rabbits. And so these 3 in here get fed alfalfa pellets and hay. Everybody gets fed alfalfa pellets and hay. These ones don't get fresh grass every day. Now those 2 are 2 males, Wilbur and Blue, besides our main breeding buck out in here. Wilbur and Blue get put out on the grass on a daily basis. Along with that, they do get alfalfa pellets and hay as well. That way they have some roughage. And our grass is browning, and there's not much out there now, and so we do give them alfalfa pellets to complete their diet, which we did in the summer too, but they are going to get a little bit more now than they did in the summer when they were out and could eat all day. And so we want to make sure that our rabbits are completely rounded in diet. We want to make sure that everybody is tip-top health and shape, and so everybody gets hay and alfalfa. This is where I keep my alfalfa pellets. I might also keep some in a barrel here, but this makes it a lot easier to carry in here. So let's go take our bucket and feed the 3 in here. Alright, so our little buck here always begs for a treat, so I give him just a little bit of the rabbit pellets. It's just alfalfa, so it's not going to hurt him to have a little bit. She gets 1/4 of a scoop as well. This is Pipsqueak. She is due to have babies for us in November, hopefully. And so we want to make sure that she's good and healthy. This is our Mr. Rovers. He gets 1/4 scoop as well. And now it's time to feed Honey. I've been working on gentling her down even more to enjoy touch, and she seems to choose that here recently over the food being put in. And so I think we're working through some major progress here. She's a sweet girl. One of my main goals of breeding rabbits here on my farm is to have gentle stock. I've talked about it before, but rabbits can be pretty dangerous. They can do dangerous in not a way that they could, kill you or something like that, but they are dangerous in the way that you could lose a limb, that you can end up having to get stitches. Rabbits are cute and cuddly from the outside, but if you have a wild rabbit or a rabbit that is not very tame, you can get some serious damage, some serious scars, and maybe even a hospital visit if you do not have a gentle rabbit. And so my goal here on this farm is to have my offspring be more gentle. This buck up here is our main breeder, and he's gentle for a rabbit that hasn't been handled much. I found here on this farm, just my opinion, he was a baby when we got him. He's probably about 6 months old, if I had to guess. The guy didn't tell us. He didn't know, I don't think. And he was probably around 6 months old when we got him. And he's good-natured, but he's not wild per se, but he's not very handled. And although that we've handled him here, where he wasn't handled, in my opinion, enough at birth, He's just not as sweet as he could be. He runs away from us in the cage and stuff like that, and I found that my handling him, if I handled him maybe every day, if I had the time to pick him up and handle him every single day, that he might be more gentle than what he is. But I don't have that time every single day, and so he's gentle enough that he can be handled. I don't worry about like him biting me or anything like that. But I want my stock here on this farm to be gentle, like you've seen her. That she would choose to have me pet her over getting grain. And so the ones that I've raised here, such as Blue, Wilbur, Pipsqueak, and Honey here, are a lot more easy to handle. That's going to come in handy in times that we need to doctor. That's going to come in handy in times that we need to move. That's going to come in handy in times that we need to breed, and also when we need to clip toenails and things like that. Yes, guys, I'm old. I have a hard time getting up. No, Ranger. Ranger's trying to knock down the camera. But my goal is to not only raise good stock for pets, good size stock, good stock for meat, but I also want to make sure, like I said, that we have gentle rabbits. That way we don't have to make trips to the hospital for stitches and stuff like that, because, like I said, they can be dangerous. Alright, guys, we've gotten all our main ones fed that need fed right now. The male rabbits will get fed this evening before we leave. But while I'm thinking about it too, I will try to remember to link our video on our feed cost for the month and for the year, and the surprising numbers that's in that. So I will try to remember to link it, and you all can watch that video as well. Well, y'all, I was just going back live, had my phone up to the house, and thought, well, I guess it's time to put the rabbits up, so I'll go ahead and get them up, and forgot that I was recording the day and my feeding. And so we're going to bring you along down here, and we're going to finish up our feed day, y'all. Well, guys, I didn't forget to fill up the waters. I filled this one up, and that one there, and the chicken's water. But like I said, I was just going about my day. Forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Mr. Cole is watching me. I was in here just walking around and checking on my goats, checking to make sure everybody's okay, and handling my does real good, make sure everybody's good with me handling them and ain't nobody running off. And I found me an egg hid way back there. So I did get one egg today. When I checked earlier, I didn't have none. So right now we've got one cage out here and one cage in there. I think you can see him, that little white blob in the background. That's our Mr. Wilbur. I put him up, like I said, before I realized that I was recording, or remembered that I was recording my feeding today. So what I do, I bring them in one at a time. And sometimes I feed them both while they're in there together. Sometimes I feed them one at a time. And so today we're going to do one at a time, because I done almost started. And so we've got Mr. Wilbur down here, and this is our feed. I've got a milk jug here full of water, and so they get their water filled up. Here's his little bowl. I set it up here. We'll feed him and hay him and water him. This is Wilbur's water. He's done moved it. He spills his water every single day. This is how he rolls. We're going to fill it up for him to the top. We're going to get his bowl and scoop out some feed. That's what he's waiting on. Here, bub. And we'll get him some cake. I do about yay much hay. If I do any more than that, they leave a lot of it in their cage. When I put about that much, they just leave a little bit in the cage, so I know that they're getting good and full, and I'm not starving them off of hay. but I know that this is about the right amount, but so we don't have a lot of hay waste. So we've got Mr. Wilbur in. I'm going to go out and bring Mr. Blue in. And yes, I know his cage is upside down. I do that on purpose. That way he can eat grass. Here's Mr. Blue's water. He dumps his out every day too. Now, I'm using plastic in their feeders. I don't recommend using plastic in rabbit feeders, especially ones rabbit feeders that are rabbit. The cages that they're in, if they stay real stagnant, because a rabbit will chew and chew holes and chew on the edges of bowls like this. I think the only reason why it works for me is that these rabbits don't stay in here very long. They are out majority of the day, and then they come and they're put up in the evening, and then of course in the morning until we get here. But I haven't had any problems too much with them chewing. And the bowls that Wilbur has are hard plastic. This is not hard plastic, it's just the bottom of a milk jug. But it seems to be okay for him so far. I have had Wilbur chew through some plastic, but I think it works a little bit more because they stay out. Also, guys, I was thinking, I want your all's opinion. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you all would be interested in like a rabbit 101 or like a rabbit, what you need for meat rabbits, or what you need for breeding rabbits, or what you need to start meat rabbits. I'm surely not an expert on this, but I feel like I've learned a few things over the last couple years. We've had meat rabbits, let's see, 3 years. I think we've had meat rabbits 3 or 4 years, and so although I'm not an expert, I have learned a few things. And so if you all are interested in that, please leave a comment down below and let me know. We're going to go ahead and get Mr. Blue his hay here. I've got the hay right here. He gets the same amount as his brother here. And we'll just pop it in and lock him up for the night. Alright guys, we got everybody fed. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze there. I didn't sneeze. I'm sorry. We got everybody fed. And everybody's done for the evening. We got all our waters done. Everybody's got their hay. Everybody's got their grain for the day. And so this ends the video. So I want to end it here by saying I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate you all hanging out. And I hope that we can see you on the next one. And please leave a comment down below if you would be interested in some more rabbit content. Alright, y'all? Bye.